need to know is in this page. Excuse me. All the cases that I've discussed with you, all the principles is summarized in this page. So I don't know what is so complicated about Sharia law when it comes to distribution of estate of the deceased. Many years ago, many years ago, back in 2007 or 8, they know John Chua is the one always teaching trust law, but he's not allowed to teach this subject because the senior lecturers holding this subject refused to let me teach this subject. Actually, I think they are all retired. Thankfully, they're all retired. And one of the reasons why they cited John Chua to ajar this subject is because of Sharia law. He doesn't know Sharia law. My argument against that is very simple. They are Matsali judges with teaching Sharia law. Why can't John Chua, Malaysian, teach Sharia law? Okay, but thankfully the old batch has gone off, has retired. Okay, I'm done with Sharia law. Are there any questions?
I have a question, Doctor.
Yes,
I'm quite confused about the legal heir and non-legal heir regarding the if we want to wasiat, right?
Okay.
So first of all, legal heir.
Okay, wait. Before you go on, let me admit somebody, Nurin Amani. Okay, I think I know what is your question, Atika. Look at the table here. Who is the wife and the son and the daughter? They are all legal heirs. Look at the husband, look at the daughter here. They are all legal heirs. Everyone here is a legal heir. Everyone here is a legal heir. Everyone here is a legal heir. Okay? Now, unfortunately, the question arises also whether if your friend converts to Muslim, is he a legal heir? No. Is he a non-legal heir? Yes. He is a non-legal heir. Okay, bukan waris. But he must be of the Muslim faith before he is entitled to that 1/3. Okay? So in other words, the legal heir must be your direct bloodline. There must be a bloodline. For example, your uncle, your auntie, or whoever else is your direct bloodline. But your stepbrother, your stepmother, your stepsister, whoever that is step, is not your legal heir. They are what we call bukan waris. Have I answered your question, Atika? Or is it something else?
Something like that. But also, I wanted to ask regarding like we need to have the consent, right? To do the wasiat if we want to exceed the 2/3 or the 1/3.
1/3.
So like if in the case where the deceased has really no other family, absolutely no other family, then the wife only, the spouse only, then if he write up a wasiat to give everything to his wife, he need to have consent of whom?
Say that again. I don't quite get you. Slowly.
Meaning
You're talking
that
about who is the husband died?
The deceased is the husband, and then
Deceased is the husband. Okay.
yes, then he has no other like family. He is an orphan without any family, just the spouse. So if we were to follow the faraid, the spouse will only get 1/4. But if he were to write a wasiat,
Yeah.
if he were to write a wasiat, then leaving everything to his spouse, then whose consent does he need to get to be able to do that? Or is that not allowed?
He has given everything to the wife.
Yes, in a wasiat.
Okay, very simple. If I were him, this is what I would do. The law of Arabis is clear. If you want to give more than 1/3 to your wife, you need consent. There is no one to consent except the wife. Okay? So instead of getting into the mess of trying to convince the local authorities that the wife has the privilege of giving herself the what we call the consent, why don't you do it inter divorce? In other words, before you die, you give everything to your wife instead of going through Islamic succession, whereby 1/3 rule, there's going to be a litigation between the wife and the what we call state council. Yeah, if I were you, I would advise him to give away everything inter divorce. Now, in the worst event scenario, if he is really got nobody left, he's the only one, he has left everything to the wife, and the wife, the question is whether the wife can give consent to herself. There is no direct authority of this. But nevertheless, if you ask me, my personal take on the matter is that if you really want to give everything to your wife, there is no reason why the wife cannot give consent, because the wife is, after all, a legal heir. Okay, this is, I think, something that happened in, there is a case here. Where is my case? Hang on. Where is my case? Where is my Amanullah's case? I've lost my down here. I think your question is something like the case of Amanullah. Yeah, okay. His father, Amanullah's father, is called Haji Ali. Have left away. Okay, and alternatively, the plaintiff is a sole executor and trustee under the will of his father. He claimed to be entitled to 1/3 of the property. Okay, under Islamic law. I didn't discuss the facts just now. So the plaintiff was given the whole of the estate. Okay, the defendant contended that the will was invalid, blah 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 blah. The court didn't actually decide clearly. Okay, that's why I posed the question down at the bottom of the slide. What if there are no legal heirs? You're trying to ask me my own question. What if there are no legal heirs? If there are no legal heirs, too bad. There's no one to consent. But in your question, there is a legal heir, which is the wife. Okay, so if you follow the jadwal, where is the jadwal? 1/4 is to the wife, 1/4, 3/4 is to the state. As I've said, to avoid the state getting 3/4, you want everything to go to your wife. Don't play by the rule of Fara'if. Give it to your wife, what we call inter-divorce. But in the worst event scenario, okay, if the wife is to get 1/4 and 3/4 to Baitumal, you go to court, you need the consent of the wife. The wife is the legal heir. I don't think that why should you deprive the wife of the property if the wife is the legal heir and has given consent to get the property. Okay, but this would be against the very principles stated down in the so-called Islamic succession. Okay.